So I want to talk about the system that I have set up here for my sound source versus a regular computer speaker, and why did I choose to go with a soundbar. So I choose to go with a soundbar because you get more benefit out of a soundbar. You know, when you hook it up to your TV, you get to hear all that surround sound. The subwoofer that's attached to that soundbar gives you that extra punch. You know what I mean? You hear those explosions, you hear those stomps. That's what you get out of a soundbar system versus a regular computer speakers. I had that set up before, and yes, that's fine and dandy. I know some people have some expensive headphones to get that sound that they can't get out of regular speakers. Well, the soundbar now is so multi-purpose. You got the Bluetooth connection, you got the optical connection, you got the HDMI ARC connection, and most of them have an audio in also. So with all those different connections, you can make that switch from each port. So if I got my computer hooked up to one port, the TV is hooked up to another port, I can Bluetooth the Amazon Echo into the soundbar, my tablet, my phone, all of that stuff can be fed into one soundbar. And all you have to do is just keep on switching the inputs. Now with the soundbar being connected to my computer, I get to hear more fuller sound. Sometimes I hear sound on the left side, on the right side, stuff that I never heard before as far as sound separation. And it's a big difference compared to when I had a regular computer speaker hooked up to my computer. And I got the TV hooked up to the soundbar too, so I can make that sound switch if I need to and watch TV instead and relax the mind. Because for me, I like to have a little TV going on in the background while I'm doing my computer work. It might not work for some people, you know, sometimes that extra distraction keep you from doing your work. But for me, it helps. So I do hear a fuller sound coming out of my computer, especially when I'm doing my music creation and my videos and stuff like that. It sounds much more fuller. I can hear my voice. I can adjust the voice better because it's much clearer coming out through the soundbar with the subwoofer hooked up. I can hear where I need to add more bass, turn down the treble, and make it balance. And it's fantastic when you're playing a video game because, like I said, that sound separation, wow, it's like the built-in surround sound that's built into the soundbar really do their job. Now I like my Samsung soundbars, but it doesn't really matter what brand you get. You know, something that's affordable, make sure you get one that's at least a 2.1, which means you got the soundbar and a subwoofer. That's what that 2.1 is. The 2.1 actually stands for left, right, that's the 2, and the 1 stands for the subwoofer. So whenever you see that 2.1, that's what it means. 3.1 is just an added speaker in the middle. So you got your left, center, right, and then you have the subwoofer. So that's what the 3.1 stand for. And as the points go up, you just add in more speakers, and the 1 is always the subwoofer. And depending on the side of the room, you can add those rear speakers too, the wireless kind, because I have the wireless hooked up to my TV downstairs. The subwoofer, I always make sure it's wireless, so all I have to do is just give it a power source. That way I can put it anywhere that I want to. Luckily mine fits right under my desk. But if you didn't have enough room under your desk, with that being wireless, you can put it anywhere. You can put it in the next corner of the room, anywhere you like. Now after you get a soundbar and you're ready to connect it to your computer, you have several choices. You have the regular audio in, and it looks just like a regular headphone jack cable. You got your optical cable, which is just a beam of light running through this cable to the actual soundbar from your computer if it's equipped with that. And most soundbar comes with a Bluetooth connection. Now if you have an older computer and it doesn't have Bluetooth built in, then you can always buy a Bluetooth dongle, and that will send the sound from your computer to the soundbar. So once you make that setup and connection, then all you have to do is select the right input and start jamming. Music is going to sound better, your video game is going to sound better, YouTube is going to sound better, Netflix and any other audio source that you have, it's going to sound better by using the soundbar versus a regular computer speaker. So it's time to get rid of those old computer speakers and get your soundbar system. Now the problem with the soundbar is it's not like those two little speakers that sit on your desk, you know, the left and the right that's sitting on the side of your monitor. This is a very long speaker, so you have to find somewhere to put it. If it can't fit on your desk, then I would recommend you go build you a shelf. That's very easy to do. All you have to do is get a nice piece of shelf board from one of your hardware store that's close to you. get you some brackets, mount it to the wall, and then put the soundbar on top of it. Leave enough room behind the shelf and the wall so you can run those cables through the back. Because that's how I have my cables running right now. They're right behind the back of that shelf, but there's a gap between there enough for the cables to pass through, which gives it that kind of clean look, because you don't want a bunch of wires running to the left and the right. I know mine is kind of messy right now, but I'm going through some reconstruction. But basically what I'm saying is you're going to have the cables hanging towards the back, and you can buy cable covers if you want to, but mine are pretty much concealed. You can see them right through there, but that's only seen when I'm actually standing up. When I'm sitting down, I don't see those cables right there. So here's the deal. I recommend that you update your computer speakers to at least a soundbar system of your choice. I do recommend that you get a subwoofer that's wireless, because you might have to put it in a spot that's not as close to you. Mine fits under my desk, but my desk is custom made. Your desk might be smaller, so you might not have that leg room to put it under there. And in a case like that, you can have that subwoofer anywhere else. It doesn't matter. Then you mount that soundbar above you. I would recommend that right above your monitor, shelf on the wall if you can. Hook it up to whatever device that you want to. There's multiple ways of hooking it up, just like I just covered. And start enjoying better quality sound coming out of your computer. I know I do, and that's why I'm recommending it to you. Okay, so that's going to be it for this video. I want to thank you for taking the time for watching it. If you enjoyed it, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. I look forward to see you next time. Have a good one.